just read the Bible and you can be saved. Just believe what it says. You can, but no, no, you got to keep feasts. Which, by the way, they brag about keeping the Passover. I started looking at the Passover ceremonies that's done by the Jews. Did you know most of that stuff that the Jews do at Passover, not found in the Bible anywhere? It's not there. How do you keep the Passover then? Anyway, they build this, and all these people got this new teaching on Aleph Tav. They say Jesus is the Aleph Tav. He's the mystery of the Old Testament. The Aleph Tav, the Aleph Tav, the Aleph Tav. Here's where it is. I want you to look at this. Even Joseph Prince, this charismatic half Japanese preacher, he's got a book out called Aleph Tav, Jesus Signature in the Bible. He fell for it. Of course, he was probably already fallen, but he fell for it. The Hebrew roots people, all of them, Jim Staley, 119 Ministries, all these, Michael Rood, all these clowns are telling everybody that the Hebrew alphabet is a pictogram alphabet, that each individual letter has its own meaning. And, you know, like Beth means this, and Gimel means this, and Gimel means like camel or something like it's got a hump. They said it was originally pictograms, and they all have an original meaning. That when you look at a Hebrew word, even though it might say Yeshua, because you can look at the individual letters, and the individual letters have a whole new meaning, that you can actually look at the word Yeshua and see a whole sentence in there out of that. Now, I'm going to turn to the place where it says that in the Bible. It doesn't exist. Where'd they get that from? The Kabbalah, and the 72 names of God. That's where they got it from. That's where they got it. That's where its source comes from. Jewish mysticism. And I'll prove it to you. Look here. Look here. The Aleph Tav. Look at this symbol here. The Aleph is mixed in. Look at it. Here you have an Aleph that's hanging on a Tav. Stop right here. An Aleph hanging on a Tav. A Tav looks like this. It's Quetzalcoatl. You don't believe me? I'll prove it to you. This is their own words. The ancient Hebrew pictograph for the letter Aleph is an ox head, meaning strength or God. Stop right here. The Aleph, they say, represents a bull, an ox, God, the beast, that's hanging on the Tav, cross, an X chromosome. I'm telling you. Let me keep reading. The pictograph for the letter Tav is 2 cross sticks, meaning a mark or covenant. Therefore, when Jesus says, I am the Aleph and the Tav, he never said it. What he is saying is that he is the mark of the ox. Oh, excuse me, they say God. God's signature. Do you see a setup here? There's a setup here. Since this Bible, not even in the original Hebrew Old Testament do you see a meaning for the Hebrew letters. It came from, it's a mystery. It's being uncovered. It says on their website, God's mark. And it's an ox, a bull, a calf, a beast, hanging on a cross. The secret of the Hebrew Roots movement is that they're leading you to get a mark on your right hand or on your forehead. Trust me on this one. I'm going to give you more evidence than that. But the Jesus, the whatever. It's not the same one in this Bible. They carved out a different Jesus, and they'll admit it. It's a different one. And then we have the charismatic word faith Jesus that wants everybody to live forever and you can be healed. Everybody gets healing. Everybody gets money, by the way. Well, it works for Joyce, doesn't it? It works for Kenny. It works for Creflo. It works for all these other guys that are in the charismatic word faith movement. It's not the same Jesus. You know how I know? Oral Roberts was the grandfather of this movement. I mean, he really got it going. He got it going good with his tent revivals and his faith healings and his word faith. You name it, claim it, and everything like that. How come his son Richard Roberts couldn't just name it and claim it, not ever be drunk again? Doesn't work out too well. Oral Roberts, this is an article from a newspaper, 1980, 10/16/1980. Oral Roberts tells of talking to 900-foot Jesus. A 900-foot tall Jesus assured Oral Roberts his massive City of Faith project will be built. Roberts says in a fundraising letter recently brought to light by one of his detractors. Roberts says in the letter, May 25th, he spoke to Jesus who said, I told you that I would speak to your partners and through them I would build it. Did you get that? Did you see what the 900-foot tall Jesus said to Oral Roberts? That through your partners, I will build this wonderful new city. It's not the same Jesus. It's a different one. And people have fallen for it. By the way, let me just give you a little historical fact. Oral Roberts told the city of Tulsa, the 900-foot tall Jesus told me to build a hospital. And we're going to go in there and heal everybody in the hospital. City of Tulsa said, we don't need a hospital. We don't waste your money. Don't build it. We don't need it. Oh, God, the 900-foot tall Jesus. So he built it. Turned it into a hospital for a while. And then they closed the hospital. They rented out the office space. I don't know what the building's doing now. That's how you know it's not the real Jesus. And then, I'm going to close it out here. All these new Bibles do not have the real Jesus in them. When the NIV calls Jesus a son of the gods, that's like the Jehovah's Witness one. I know who the son of the gods is. It's another Jesus. It's not the same Jesus. This Jesus spoke of hell. This Jesus just simply talks about Sheol or Gehenna or Hades, which is essentially the grave. The NIV Jesus refers to the morning star as falling from heaven. It's not the same Jesus. It's another one. I know I've given you a lot of stuff here, a lot of information, a lot of things to soak into your brain. You don't have to believe all of everything that I said, especially this idea about the dying God. You don't have to believe that if you don't want to. Okay, I understand that that's kind of, but I'm trying to follow what's in this book. But I'm telling you this. If you have an idea or concept of Jesus that does not match every word that's in this book, you have, my friend, the wrong Jesus. That Jesus cannot save you because he has arms but they can't move. That Jesus cannot save you. And think about this. Work salvation. When you have an idol Jesus, you have to carry him around because he can't walk because his legs don't move. It's all about, and I'm going to get into another spirit and another gospel. The other gospel is, this gospel says believe. The other gospel will always have a work attached to it. Always. Which Jesus are you going to follow? These? The ox Jesus? You know, the ox that's hanging on the tav? You going to follow that one? You're going to follow this one. You choose. There are two trees in front of you today. Tree of life, which is Jesus Christ. Believe in him. Trust in him. Trust his word. He'll save you. Or the other Jesus that says, oh, you got to do something. Why don't you do something for your salvation? Why don't you... That's another Jesus. You'll die in your sins following that Jesus. Think about it. Make your choice. This is Pastor Mike. I love you. This is why I'm telling you all this. I love you and I care about you. And I want you to know the real Jesus that I know. Listen, he sets people free. I'm free. And I love being free. And I want you to be free too. All right, God bless you. We'll see you next time. Talk about another spirit. Bye-bye.